Hey, what's up, guys? I'm getting ready to start back on the shaft. I got the keys welded up, and now it's time to set it up in the lathe and start turning the two keys down where I welded it up, and I'm also going to do the metalizing. So that's what I'm about to do. But I've actually got some new stuff in. I just ordered, and I just got it. I thought I'd go ahead and open it up and just share it with you guys. It's actually a Kool Mist system for the milling machine. And of course, I can use it on the lathe too if I want to, but you know, that little mill doesn't have a coolant system. It doesn't have digital readout. It's pretty basic little mill. So I wanted to go ahead and get a Kool Mist so that when I'm doing some heavy milling or doing keyways. So this is the system that I bought, and it comes with this little mag base that you can hook the spout to and stick it wherever. But I actually got another one of these that I use at my other job, and I ended up just not using this and just using the actual Noga holder. It actually works better to me than this, but I might end up using this. I don't know, we'll see. That's the mag base. This is probably just the coolant here. That's the Kool Mist Formula 78, and you mix it 4 ounces per gallon. And this should be the little tank and the nozzle. I guess you guys are seeing this. Hopefully nothing's damaged. This is the little sample of the Formula 77 they give you. And there's the coolant tank. Pretty nice little system. I've used them throughout my career, and they work real good to me. I know that there's some other ones that some guys prefer to use that they're a little more expensive, but this one right here isn't bad. This unit costs about 200 bucks. And what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to just basically fabricate a little box that this will sit down in to hold it, and it'll be mounted on the side of the mill there. So that's a little cooler system, because I wanted to be able to, on the shaft I'm fixing, I got to mill the new keyways in it, and I wanted to have some coolant on the cutters whenever I'm milling those keys. So I'm looking forward to getting this hooked up. I'm going to run me another airline across the top of the shop here and drop down to the mill, so this will have its own little airline hookup all the time. I'm not having to hook it up with my air hose. And a couple more things I wanted to touch on. I've had a few people ask me about like making a video on drill grinding. So I thought I could probably go ahead and make one later about doing some drill grinding. A lot of the big drills I drill by hand on the big grinder, but I've also got another drill grinder there that I'll show you. And I was going to show you this. This is this is made by General. It's just the multi-use tool, and this is the drill gauge that I always use. I think it works. I like using this one better than the Starrett drill gauge that comes with the little 6-inch hook scale. To me, you got a bigger area there for your big drills, and I can read these numbers easier than the Starrett brand. And I had one of these that we've had for years, and during the move I put it somewhere and I can't find it. So I went ahead and got another one. these aren't very expensive. I think this one was like a little over 12 bucks. It was like $12.50. So, but any of you guys that are trying to grind your own drills, if you don't have a good drill gauge, get you one of these. It works great. Again, this is the General brand. You can buy them. They come in different brands, and I picked out the General, but you can use it for different things too, in case you've never seen one or used one. It's got all kind of different. Got a scale on there. You can use it as a protractor, but the only thing I really use it for is just for the drill gauge. I'll pull one out real quick to show you what I'm talking about. Like this is an 1 1/8 drill. You use it to check your angle when you're grinding the drill. And I'll touch on this more at another time, since you guys are asking me about doing something on drill grinding. The other thing I'll show you real quick while we're talking about it, this is the little drill grinder that I use, and I love this little tool. It works great. You can grind from 1/8 up to 1 1/4 on this little machine, and it does a good job. I mean, it puts like a factory. All right, my camera's messing up on me again. I was in the middle of talking about my little drill grinder, so I was just going to finish saying that there's the holder for your drills. Once you learn how to use that on this machine, it grinds an excellent drill bit. So that's all for that there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and start getting the shaft set up in the lathe. And we're going to start working on that. All right. I'm just going to start getting the lathe set up. I'm going to take that 3-jaw chuck off and put my 4-jaw on. Alright, that end measures about 5 1/4. Jaw set. bad. All right, about 1/8 inch out. Looks like we're about a 1/2 thousandths off. Pretty damn close. I'll see if I can get it a little bit. That little bit really isn't going to hurt anything. Yeah, getting about a 1/2 thousandths there. I think that's going to be close enough. If you had any questions on warpage, it doesn't look like it's warped to me. Now I'm not putting an indicator on it because there's a little bit of wear in here. But just by judging it with the eye, it looks like it's still nice and straight. It may have pulled it a couple thousandths, but it's hard to tell with the little bit of wear that's in there. Looks pretty good. I think I'm going to try using a piece of one of my high-speed steel tool bits. This is just one of my chip breakers. I'm going to give it a shot and see how it does. The high speed, it doesn't have as much pressure as like an insert tool. You don't have that bam hit whenever it's rotating on the tool. And another thing, I like using the old Armstrong, the straight tool holders for the 3/8 tools. This is a Armstrong T2S, I believe, and that's what I always use for my 3/8 tool bits. Flip it around. It's a pretty fresh tool, so this one's got quite a bit of stick out. cut and see what this does. Did pretty good. About 50 to come off of it. Last little bit there got a little tough. Yeah. All right, let's try the carbide. I'm going to leave it where it's at as far as the turn diameter. I'm just going to do some polishing, just kind of blend it, because the size that it is now is more consistent with where it needs to be, and that will help keep the part that comes on here centered. You won't have as much rock with the diameter being close to what it's supposed to be right here. So I'm just going to leave it there, and then we're just going to polish it up. And the customer knows that they got a lot of wear in this shaft, but as I said before, it is a spare shaft, so that if any event that the new shaft was to break or something like that, he's got something that he can slap on the machine and go back to work and not have all that downtime waiting for a complete new shaft to be made. So that's the purpose of this used worn shaft. see it better now that I hit it with the emery. Just filing down those high spots where the set screws are dug in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move on down to this end and start getting this end ready to spray weld.